You know, I told each and every one, unity every time we have an element of surprise. And I kept talking to her. Well, y'all stop crying. Y'all gonna keep me. But I just said, I said, I can't tell y'all what's going on. I got you. Surprise. So this is your time. This is the community time. We wasn't there when the actual casket was here. But we here for y'all now. So would y'all allow us to be here now for you? So just speak to us in your own words for a few moments, because the community would like to hear from you. Okay. God bless you. Thank you.
First of all, I'd like to say giving honor to God and to glory. To have had, to be able to just pick me up on the day that I heard the death of Eddie. I thank God for the individuals in the airport who was there when I heard the news. I thank God for the many controllers and friends who was there to be with my children and my family. I thank Mr. Blanchard for reaching out to me, and that's when I truly believed that he was gone. I thank the airport for giving me a chaplain, police assistance, and I thank the young lady for giving up her seat so I could take a flight back to Columbus, Georgia. I thank everyone who picked me up through this whole ordeal. It haven't been a pleasant experience. No one knows the pain of anyone when you say you're a significant other. It was like in a matter of days, I went from being Eddie girl to nothing. But I met Mr. Billy Blanchard in CB&T Bank one day. As I prayed, God, have mercy on Eddie's soul, for he was a good man. I like to think he grew up right at the age of 38, because that's when we met and we were so young. Mistakes and all, we tunneled through. And Mr. Blanchard told me this: you don't have to pray for Eddie, because God's grace is sufficient. And I truly believe that. When you go down on your knees and you ask God for everything that you need, He'll grant it. And I like to think that there are some heroes here, and I'm not going to take up much of your time. For the day that Eddie had his accident, the person that had the last lunch with him wrote my family. Then I think the night of the controllers dance, the young lady came back in the store excited. I knew her and she knew me. She had been looking for me but didn't know how to find me. She was the last person, her along with her boyfriend, who assisted Eddie. As he struggled to get out of his pickup truck, he pleaded for help. They assisted him. So there are some still service people in this community. They waited on Eddie. They rolled his shirt and put it on his head, and they prayed with him and they stayed with him. And I thank God for that. And I'm not going to take up much of your time. I know Eddie was a soldier, but I know one thing for sure, that Eddie was a family man also. And with our family, we gave much of our time so he could have much of his time to spend in the community. But I also like to say this. It's a poem for a soldier, but it won't just speak for Eddie. In the place of I, it will say they. They went where others feared to go. They asked nothing from those who gave nothing. And reluctantly, they accepted and thought of eternal loneliness should they fall. They saw fear in the face of terror. They felt the sting of the cold and of the fear. They enjoyed the sweet taste of love. They cried pain and hope. But most of all, they lived the time that others would say the best has been forgotten. but at least they can say one thing, that they were proud to be what? A soldier. And in the many years I spent with Eddie, I've known one thing for sure, that Eddie Robert would never leave a fallen comrade behind. And I thank you.
Ms. Paulette, your turn from the community to hear from you. Can y'all give them a little time with y'all? Is that okay?
I guess I'm the newest. Fred died on February the 2nd. It was a wonderful morning. He and I had shared. I saw him going out the door. He said, I'll call you later, because there was a lot of really important meetings that week. My last words to him was, what a great way to start the day. The last person to actually see Fred alive was Sam. They were there at the gate together going through, and they turned and nodded to each other. I, too, am grateful that God provided for Fred that morning. People he worked with was there. EMTs were on the scene. His boss went with him all the way to the hospital. You can hear about the military, and my husband was military. If you don't believe it, ask any of his children. They all knew their dad was Army. But my husband was also a very giving, loving man. He was very active in our church. He served in our church. He wasn't the man at the front doing all the, hey, how are you? He was the man behind the scenes coming up with something else to promote our church. I spoke with my pastor last night, and one of the things that really touched me was he said we had visitors in the church, and those visitors came because they went to the website. My husband said, we need a website. He designed it, he put it out there, and he maintained it. And because of that, military in the community were able to come. My husband was the man that, driving down the road, saw everything around him that needed emergency assistance care. My children often joked, if Dad's hat goes around, something's happening. You may not see it, but he did. That hat that lady's wearing right there would be it, because he had a billed hat. And any time it went around, we were stopping. We were late for meetings, we missed movies, we were late for church. But he put out house fires. He assisted families. He received many citations and awards in his life. But I think one of the greatest things, my children have written and cared for me so much during this time. And one of them wrote me and he said, Mom, you have to keep your chin up, because when you're looking down, you're not seeing all that Dad has left for you. You have family that love you and care for you. And when you look at us, you're seeing him. I strongly encourage all of you that are in the military or planning to be in the military, be that best soldier you can be. Care for those around you, because my husband did. It's a very tributing thing. Our pastor in the funeral used Isaiah, because my husband was a man who said, here am I, send me. Thank y'all for being here, and thank you for honoring my husband.
Unity with Pam Willis-Hovey is being brought to you by these sponsors.
Come on in to Sugars for a sweet taste of Southern cooking. You will be taken back to Sunday dinner at Grandma's house with everybody. Daily specials serving fried chicken, collards, black-eyed peas. Also, melt-in-your-mouth cornbread. You will want to ask for seconds. Also, try one of our homemade desserts. You will be in sweet, sweet heaven. Sugar's offers catering for all your corporate, church, and family gatherings. They will do all the work and save you all the trouble. Sugar's, a taste of Southern cooking.
Taylor Funeral Home, a live-in service for the living. It's a family affair. Our family serving yours. 1514 5th Avenue in Phoenix City, Alabama.
When you've been hurt in an accident, it helps to have experienced and knowledgeable attorneys to help you in your time of need. For over 30 years, our office has been helping victims in auto and truck accidents or with work-related injuries. We resolve thousands of cases both in and out of court. So if you've been hurt and it wasn't your fault,
talk to Walt.
Talk to Walt.
Habla con Walt.
Talk to Walt.
For more than 60 years, the Dairy Queen recipe for success has been simple. It's been a combination of hardworking people, great tasting food, and tempting treats served in our establishments every day. Although a lot has changed in 60 years, some things remain the same. The smiles on children's faces, a treat for a good report card, close friends enjoying a great meal, and families spending quality time together. Here at DQ, we are always committed to treat you right.
Why Chalmers?
We manage the details so that businesses don't have to. Our expert consultants understand the individual needs of all of our clients.
We're here for you.
It's great to have the business support of Chalmers. They handle my bookkeeping, payroll, and collections. Now I have more time to dedicate to my customers.
Your success is our success.
With affordable rates for payroll, bookkeeping, collection, and IT services, Chalmers can ease the stress of running a business.
Chalmers Support Services. What you can't do, we can.
Hello, this is Pastor Willis of the Move of God Ministry. We come to welcome you to be a part of our ministry. This is not a put on, but this is a come on. And we come to share in our different ministries with our dance team, with our choir, and our TV ministry. And we're looking for great things to happen, great miracles to happen within this place. Come and be a part of the blessing plan.
Now we're going to have a tribute song from Miss Carla Hawkins.
Hope that this song blesses you and blesses you all.
Many nights we prayed with no proof anyone could hear. In our hearts a hopeful song we barely understood. Now we are not afraid, although we know there's much to fear. We were moving mountains long before we knew we could. There can be miracles when you believe. Though hope is frail, it's hard to kill. Who knows what miracles you can achieve when you believe. Somehow you will when you believe. In this time of fear, when hope seems so far gone, hope seems like the song of birds too swiftly flown away. Yet now I'm standing here, my heart's so full I can't explain, seeking faith and speaking words I never thought I'd say. There can be miracles when you believe. somehow you will. You will when you believe. Oh, they don't always happen when you ask. And it's easy to give in to your fear. But when you're blinded by the pain, can't see your way through the rain, a small and still resilient voice says love is very near. Oh, there can be miracles when you believe. Though hope is frail, it's hard to achieve. Oh yeah, who knows what a miracle you can achieve when you believe. Somehow you will. I know you will when you believe. You will when you believe. You gotta believe. You gotta believe. Yes, you will. You will when you believe. God bless you.
Now we will have a Mandy Fuller Barr to come up for the Rosalind Carter Institute of Caregiving.
Phew. I think I arrived here with some mascara on, but I think it's about gone at this point. It's quite an honor to be invited to be here today. Thanks again for inviting us. And I would like we've been clapping a lot so far, but I'd love another round of applause for all of our young people in the audience today. You guys, the GRTC, you are on point today and sharp and fierce looking, and I have no doubt that you guys are going to go on to do amazing things with your lives, and that you're going to make the people that you're honoring today very, very proud in the future. The Rosalind Carter Institute, we have a very new program that we're offering our returning soldiers and their spouses and caregivers in the area. The Wounded Warrior Family Caregiving Program is a program that we're offering for these caregivers of soldiers with PTSD, traumatic brain injuries, and other disabilities or conditions that they have incurred through their tours in Iraq and Afghanistan. I'm a wounded warrior spouse myself. My husband was shot by a sniper a couple of years ago, took out about half his lung, and he's doing fine today. But, you know, we know what it's like, many of us firsthand, on, you know, what we're dealing with, and especially what these boys, what these men are coming home with. 1 in every 4 returning soldiers has moderate to severe PTSD or PTBD, brain disorders, what they're also calling it these days. And we know that the battle we're facing is very hard, and we have a lot more coming home in the future with these conditions. What we offer in the Wounded Warrior Family Caregiving Program is problem-solving training for our caregivers and spouses. We do stress relief management or techniques. We teach them how to correctly identify some of the problems that they may be having within the home, and then how to effectively respond to the soldier and how to reduce or relieve some of those stressors or triggers, as we call them, that are in the home. We also do family activities. I also bring other resources to the plate for the spouse or the caregiver and the soldier. I connect them to resources both on and off base and within the community, and encourage them into, family, marriage counseling. But I'm there basically as that objective voice that can come into the home and work with the family and help make the situation a little better, help relieve some of that stress. caregivers and military spouses. As you know, this upcoming week is Military Spouse Appreciation Day, and we know, how difficult it is, and especially when that person has come home and they have fought so hard for our country, and they are a different person when they come home. And we're trying to help reduce that stigma that is on the soldier and the family as well. Our program is very free. All you have to do is call our number. I can assist you later on today as well if you want more information about our program. Our program is very confidential. We're very discreet. We do not have access to any personal information, and so in turn we're trying to help reduce that stigma on the soldier. Nothing is recorded. Nothing goes into that file for the soldier. So we're out there, we're trying to help. We're trying to provide as much support as possible for our spouses and for the soldiers and their family members. Again, thank you so much for letting us come today, and I'm extremely proud of all of our young people in the audience today. It made me a little teary-eyed too, because my husband would have loved to have been here today, but he's at work on base today. But my uncle was a retired major and was a GRTC teacher, and he is, deceased of today. But he loves our young people, and people like you make him very proud. So thank you again today, and thank you for our families who've come today and paid tribute to our service members today.
Unity with Pam+Military+Law is being brought to you by these sponsors.
Come into Chester's Barbecue for our world-famous mouth-watering ribs, smoked fresh on our grill daily. Or try one of our barbecue pork plates with fresh sides. Chester's has delicious sandwich combos to choose from that are sure to please. We also serve tempting home-cooked favorites. And don't forget to take home your own bottle of great sauce. Chester's Barbecue, serving the best food at the best price, with 3 locations to serve you.
You love your parents, and it's hard to see them struggle to keep their independence. Magnolia Manor can give your parents the assistance they need to enjoy life. You won't have to worry if they are eating well or taking their medications properly. And they'll be in a safe, secure environment with no need to worry about cleaning house or doing yard work. Visit magnoliamanor.com to learn more. Magnolia Manor, just down the road. A community of convenience, caring, and fun.
My name is Japal. 2 years ago, I received a kidney transplant. When I was 21 years old, I started dialysis, and for 7.5 years, I was a patient receiving treatments 3 times a week for 4 hours each session, and man, it was hard. After receiving my kidney transplant, I was able to find and marry the love of my life. My kidney transplant gave me my life back.
You have the power to donate life. Be an organ, eye, and tissue donor. To find out how, go today to donatelifegeorgia.org.
When Bill Larson's brakes started squeaking. When Pam Summers' check engine light went on. And before Tom headed out on vacation. They all came here. Midas. Total car care. Total customer care. That's the Midas touch.
Enrichment Services is giving a young child in our community a head start on kindergarten. Enrichment Services is providing a nutritious meal for senior citizens. Enrichment Services, a host of educational and assistance programs to benefit all ages.
We will now have a musical selection by the Warrior Voices of Russell County High School.